Oh, baby.
Go, gadget methadone dispenser.
I put gin on top of my gin.
And I already shades of discomfort in all of that is.
The collection of short stories by Judy Blume.
You ever smell the inside of a hat?
I liked it. It smelled like you.
Craigslist for hookers.
Craigslist?
No, but worse than that.
Zig and Larry ignore a topic. The best parts of hanging out with these guys without the hangover.
Hey, sweetheart.
What's up,
How are
sweet
you?
biscuits?
Oh, I'm so good. Welcome to your show. Thanks for having you.
Hey, thanks for letting me be on myself.
I've seen you be on yourself before.
Yeah, you have.
It's the only time we ever really needed a mop. You know what I mean?
Come
Welcome.
on, it's a lie. It's not the only time.
Welcome to Zig and Larry Ignore a Topic, the only show that adamantly refuses to get to the subject material until right about halfway in, if we feel like it.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. How are you today, buddy?
I am hanging in there, man. Was going to do a whole bunch of stuff, and then the weather took a shit, so I did a whole bunch of nothing. But I did a
Nice.
lot of it. It seemed to be very important because I did it all in a row, too.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. You got all your choring done, so mom would let you come and play?
If by choring you mean eat roughly a half a pound of thick cut bacon and sit on the couch with some coffee, yes, I did it all.
Well, thank God I'm a country boy, is what I say. I did some yard work, completely hung the fuck over, so that's been fun today.
See, all you got to do is take one out of my book and don't have a yard.
But trust me, we're
No
working
yard.
towards it. We say constantly, Nicole and I say constantly to each other, I cannot wait to rent an apartment with you.
I love that you are you're reversed. That you're reversing the American dream.
Yes.
It's like just as soon as I can, I'm going to sell this house, rent something from somebody else, just so I can break shit and say, you owe me a new dishwasher.
This is on you. This is a you problem. This is not a Larry problem. Not
Hooray
anymore.
for you problems.
Do we have money left over from the sale of the house? We absolutely do. Can we put a down payment on another house? For sure. Do we want to? Go fuck yourself. No, I don't want to own a home for a while. Now, once we get a few good years in us and get older and decide that we just want to...
We're going to get older than we are now? Holy shit.
Believe it or not, apparently my doctor's like somehow pretty sure you're going to live no matter what. No matter what you do to yourself, you're just going to keep living.
Yeah, the year in COVID, I gained 30 pounds, but my health went up somehow. Well, I mean, let's be honest. It's because I've been on Lipitor for 50 fucking months. So my heart is no longer about to seize up and just jump out of my throat.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Man, I got those hungover eyes, don't I?
We have to at least mention, well, there's a couple things we have to mention, but we always have to mention your eyes in every podcast, how they're beautiful baby blues and how they used to look better. They didn't used to look like this.
No, they didn't. When I got up this morning, I looked in the mirror and came back into the bedroom, looked at Nicole. I was like, what did I do? She said, everything. You did everything last night.
Are these cataracts? No, in your sleep, your body is just creating glaze now. It creates glaze, and it happens right here in the corners. And instead of crust, it just turns into the stuff on an old-fashioned donut. You know what I'm talking about? It just goes right over that, and it only really takes, in the span of one evening, you are all of a sudden just crusted solid, but glistening in a weird way.
And I can't wait to lick you. That's a... Yeah, you know what?
T-shirt. I can't wait to lick you.
Zig and Larry ignore a topic. I can't wait to lick you.
We can't ignore our steadfast
Sponsor.
and beautiful sponsor.
We are
You got the copy,
sponsored.
or do I?
I got the copy right
Go
here
for it,
in
man.
front of me.
Dude, these people are awesome. I absolutely love this company.
I do too.
And the stuff they make, really, again, it's not 100% up my alley just because I don't smoke a lot of herbs. I don't put my mouth around a herb as much as a Justin. But for real though, it's the quality of the stuff is amazing. It really is cool.
It really is, and it's all I was talking to Nicole last night about it. It's all ethically sourced.
That sounds like a line.
It,
That
right?
sounds like its own line.
How would
I-
you-
I kind of wish our first sponsor was bullshit so that we could like just rag on them behind their back and then lose them, but I kind of can't.
No, these guys are awesome. Spliffsociety.org is who we're talking about.
Absolutely. Spliffsociety.org.
You know what I like about them? The no bullshit line, because it seems like counterintuitive to sponsor or to advertise on our show, since we are all bullshit. So where spliffsociety.org has no bullshit, we make up for it in all the bullshit. So
yeah. So
if you're looking for bullshit, you got it with us.
our partnership is then officially 50% bullshit because it's right down the middle.
Exactly. I love the description that they give for the spliffs themselves, with the velvet to the touch, burn slowly with an even smooth pull, which is exactly how I describe my masturbation line.
I was gonna say that's just a jerk off line right there.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they would care that we were pointing it out.
No. In
no.
fact, I hope they love it. And if they don't, I guess we'll find out next week when they're not sponsoring us anymore.
They pulled the plug.
But for real, guys, go to spliffsociety.org. Check out all of the swag they have. They've got hoodies and t-shirts and tank tops and hats and grinders and trays.
All sorts of cool stuff. But the artisanal spliffs, though, for real, if you're the kind of person that's ever like taken a razor blade to a Swisher Sweet and then just like gutted it like some manner of possum in the Appalachian Trail, and then filled that possum with weed. I'm not sure where this analogy is going yet, but I'm going to see it to the end.
If you have taken
you've done that,
you know that
Stop.
that a regular old Swisher Sweet, like, and I know grape is a popular flavor of Swisher Sweet to do the split, to cut it and pack back up with weed. It tastes like you're blowing the Kool-Aid, man. It's no good. It's no
that's
good.
what it was.
Yeah,
That's the repressed memory.
Oh yeah.
It might have just been a fat guy in a red tracksuit, now that I think about it, with a big shit-eating grin. But
His name was
some
Gino.
Oh God, don't say that.
Oh shit.
That's my stepfather's name.
Oh, fuck,
and I almost
sorry.
said that put a bad taste in my mouth. So now this whole show's gone for me. I got nothing.
Well, thanks for joining. I'll be interviewing for partners soon for this.
I put it all on the field, bitch. We almost made it to a year.
We're so close.
Fuck me.
Sorry, Gino. I forgot.
That's all right. He doesn't listen to this. He has no idea what the internet is. He's a very sweet man, but it's not his thing. He doesn't text. Texting is too technologically forward for him.
Huh.
Yeah, no, it's just not his thing. I am doing really, really well, and he's doing much better than me at ignoring the forward progression of technology to the fair point where he never even jumped on. Like, he hates the fact that he has a cell phone. He refuses to text on it. It's like, I don't even think it's a flip phone. It might be a flip phone. He might have finally gotten himself a flip phone. But like, he just doesn't play that game at all. He's just about to retire in August. I love this cat. He's great. But he's like, no, don't text me. I'm not gonna. I got him to text me once under duress when my mother was in the hospital. She's fine. This was a long time ago.
Right.
But I was like, Gino, he's like, you got to give me updates, because I was at work. I couldn't call unless I jumped out. I'm like, you got to shoot me a couple texts. I'll figure it out.
for your mother.
But he's just about to turn 70. He's going to retire on his 70th birthday, he says, or at least birthday month. But the man has just avoided technology, and I've never blown him. So let's not.
It was a different Gino. It was a different Gino.
So the end of this is spliffsociety.org.
Spliffsociety.org.
I've never blown my stepdad.
Spliffsociety.org. I've never blown my stepdad.
I wish there was more people in the world who could say that, but I know there's several that cannot.
Also brought to you by the Boys and Girls Club of America. Oh my God.
And the Girl Scouts, although I only ever bought fucking cookies from the guy I blew.
I think they were Keebler, but it didn't matter. He said, and I just went with it.
And they were loose too. They weren't in the box. It was just a handful of
just a
cookies.
fistful out of the tracksuit. There you go.
Yeah, and it was just like they were the ones at the bottom. They were broken. It's like, just a handful of EL fudge dust. That's all you got out of it, man.
El Fudge Dust is my rap name.
I thought it was Little Baby Meat Pie.
But that's that. Honestly, did I talk about that on
Little
here?
Baby Meat Pie featuring EL fudge dust. We got to find you a hype man.
Yeah, that's you. You'll get to be the hype man.
I don't know if I could pull that off. I've tried to wear a do-rag before. Maybe for the next episode, I'll try one. You can tell me what you think.
But here's the thing: what I want from you as a hype man is just to come out on stage and do the.
Oh, I could.
I'm sorry.
I could be the anti-hype man.
Yeah.
I could go out there, refuse to have energy, and when I say what, it'll be more like what, what am I? And then I'll just keep checking my phone to make sure that the check cleared. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like on my app for Chase Bank, going, I'm waiting for the fucking money to come through.
I told you to get Venmo. Get Venmo, the money will be there. Just bring a folding chair out with you, sit it down. I'm not getting on my feet, nor am I raising the roof.
The only ironic, sarcastic hype man ever. EL Fudge Dust just sits there and goes, what? What? Everybody in the back say ho or whatever. Whatever you want to do. If you want to leave, I don't care. I'm fine with all.
We have your money. We could go home early if you all left.
I'm pissed off that I'm wearing enough gold around my neck to drown me if I jumped in the lake. This wasn't my choice. This was the person who does wardrobe, for Christ's sake.
Mr. T stopped by and was like, really? Don't you think that's a little much?
Got a gold grill on the front with lines. It just says, I'm sorry.
This is your fault.
You gotta get real close in there to read it.
Oh man, I don't know if I should admit to this, but last night.
Well, now you're gonna.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course I am. This is what we do. Willow, it was her final concert of the year. They were actually doing in-person concerts, right?
Oh, cool.
And
we're
so
finally kind of there-ish.
Yes, yeah, and so she plays in the jazz ensemble that backs up the show choir.
Shit in my mouth. I really should notice. What does she play?
Trombone.
God damn it, I didn't know that.
And she also, that's the thing though, the kid also plays a couple other different brass instruments and the piano.
Yeah, I knew she dabbled in piano, but I don't think that she like performanced it.
She's done a few recitals, but that's just
cool.
But yeah, her thing is trombone, which we always laugh because she's so short and she has those little arms that the fact that she could actually get out there with the trombone to make all the noises she needs to make.
That is a very good question. Do they make trombones for different sizes, or is it just one and you hope you have the wingspan?
It's just one, and you got to be good. But the best thing, so they've got a new
she's really put her shoulder into it.
She really, I watched it, she's like she's trying to reach out and tag someone with a right fucking cross. But she like I said, the band is different, jazz ensemble to back up the show choir. And so the choir, I
did my time in show choir. I know the jazz ensemble.
Yeah. So you know that the jazz ensemble is where it's at. I mean, the show choir is all well and good, but these kids are fucking good. Like they are a good jazz ensemble. And so after the when they call them Titan Fever, that's the name of the show choir.
That might be overreaching just a touch, but
it's the Glenwood Titans. Now people know too much about things about my family, and maybe I shouldn't have said that. But
no problem. I'll be putting up Willow's social security number on our next podcast,
and multiple pictures, so we all know what she looks like. So
and the word Target over her head, just drawn in lipstick.
And if anyone does grab her, good fucking luck.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah, she'll fight you like a fucking lynx in a tree, man.
And whatever's left over, Dad will take care of. Dad or brother.
Yeah, we're just gonna put it on a tarp and roll it up and just take it to the dump, because there's not going to be anything left.
I am not scared. You're a family that throws edged weapons for a family day out.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sorry.
No.
Holy shit, we got sidetracked. Who would have thought?
I'm shocked. But two different so there's the band director, and then there's the choir director. Two different folks. The choir director was not aware that, and the jazz ensemble is known as T-Funk. They were not the choir director was not aware that T-Funk was essentially going to, once everyone cleared off the stage, they were going to play one more song, just them. But the band directors were like, yes, this is what we're going to do. We're not going to tell him. It's going to be
Oh,
real.
okay.
It's going to be real punk rock, essentially.
Okay, nice.
And you could see the choir director getting pissed. And because what happens is the kid that's on lead guitar just starts fucking wailing. I mean, he just starts in and then he stops. People almost start to clap, and then everyone starts in the drums. I mean, and they are just giving you what they got. They are showing the fuck off. And then it comes in the horns, and I looked at Nicole and I was like, this is like being at a Boss Tones concert. This is fucking rad. And you could see, like, we didn't know he didn't know at the time, but we were watching his body language, and the choir director just keeps like getting agitated. And then when they ended, he was like, well, that was okay. Well, I guess we'll give it up for our band for one more song. And then Willow came out carrying her shoes with her. She had to have her black dress on, but she's got her black denim jacket with all the buttons and shit all over it. She comes out with her shoes over her shoulders. She goes, Brocamp didn't know what we was gonna do. I was like, fuck yeah, I could not be more proud of my kid.
That is spectacular.
You will listen because we are behind everything. No one ever sees us, so now we're gonna show off. And
Yeah.
then everyone got a chance to really like bust out. But I may have, for funsies on a Friday night, had a couple drinks and about 10 mg and went to that school
Hell,
concert.
you say?
It was awesome.
Well, I did so many performances when I was a kid of varying levels of decency. I can't imagine that all of the adults we were performing for were not intoxicated, because some of that stuff is just unwatchable. Unless it's your kid. Once you get like late teens, when you actually have like a decent amount of, what the fuck are you drinking now? Is that another one of those goddamn bottled cocktails?
My wife
I haven't
got it
yelled
for me.
I haven't yelled at you for your drink selection in so long. You have more of those? How many do you have?
She brought one home special for me today from the store.
Oh,
it is
God.
On the Rocks brand, and it is a Mai Tai.
I take special umbrage with that. A Mai Tai is a layered cocktail.
I layered it on some ice. You're right. A real Mai Tai is layered. But this, because I'm hungover and just needed a lot of booze to make.
And it doesn't look like 4-day-old orange juice either, by the by.
That's just the lighting. It looks like 3-day-old orange juice in person.
Sorry, I haven't yelled at you for your cocktail selection in a very long time.
It has. What are you drinking today, pal?
Currently, or the selection in front of me?
Well, let's start with currently and move our way back.
Okay, so we've got Jim Beam to sip. Well, to shoot, because it's Jim Beam. But I only bought I love that this is how I deal with myself now. I only buy a pint. I buy it. I don't buy a bottle anymore, because if I buy a bottle, guess what? That's most likely Daddy's weekend. In this one, there's just a Coors Light, because it was I took one out of your I took a page out of your, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
My very short manual.
Yes, but I'm very excited about this. I bought Revolution Brewery here in Chicago. They're only distributing this in Chicago, I think. They did 4 different session sours for this year. So there's a 12-pack, and there's 3 cans each of the flavors. I haven't cracked them at all yet, so I've got 2 in front of me right now. I've got a blueberry and ginger is one of them, and then the other one that I'll crack here in a sec is, what is this? This is peach something. It literally just says lush peach character. I don't know what that means, but I'm a big fan of sours and goses anyway.
It's my drag name.
How many drag names do you have? How many personas do you have? That's another question.
So many. I keep it in a spreadsheet.
I guess you kind of have to.
Yeah, for different venues. That way, I can perform 3 times a month and not have the same act and not have anyone get curious.
Nobody's gonna get curious watching you and Dre. The only one who would get curious is your dad, who'd be like, "That tracks."
Oh, yeah.
I have been, although I have to admit, I have been doing some weird shit to beer lately. I used to live a life where like I was like really heavy into craft cocktails, and I was like really up on new wines, and I still have a decent amount of wine knowledge, but not near where I was like 20 years ago when it was my life's blood, my job. Let's call it 15. But I'm so into shandies now. I'm just taking shit beer and putting stuff into it to call it a shandy. Like I made lemonade, put it in a Coors Light from scratch. That I think there's some respect to. What has less respect is the fact that this one, I specifically bought a 2-liter of 7-Up Zero because I'm trying to curb my sugar intake. I know I'm not happy about this either. So now I'm making.
So you're gonna give me shit for this?
Yes.
But you're having a 7-Up Zero.
7-Up Zero and Coors Light. Yes. I'm going to give you fuel now here because this is how much of a goddamn hypocrite I am. Before this, the last case I bought myself knee-high diet peach, and I called them peach shandies, and they were horrible, but I kept doing it.
I bought some Jones soda.
The Jones people
who
make
Jones.
Delicious stuff and weird shit around the holidays.
Yeah, it's red. I don't remember what flavor, but it's sure red. And occasionally I'll just stand there, look at our wide selection of booze, and be like, looks like a vodka and red kind of day.
Those are the people. We did an episode where they were featured, where like they make great stuff, but they also make the shit around Thanksgiving. It's like mashed potatoes and gravy flavored soda, Brussels sprout flavored soda. Stop, please stop, because you nailed it, unfortunately, and nobody wants it.
As somebody does, and they're going to give it to somebody else and be like, "I dare you," and then then everyone's unhappy, and except for the person that handed it over, and just Jones, please stop.
But then the bitch of it is that they do it as a novelty, and then they give the money to charity to help kids, for Christ's sake. So you gotta So you gotta choke down the mashed potatoes and gravy turkey soda. There was like a green bean casserole soda that I just can't. I can't stomach regular green bean casserole.
No.
People in the Midwest, please, if you are making casseroles out of canned green beans, stop it.
Alton Brown's recipe is actually decent, and I will tell you.
Is it canned green beans and canned mushrooms? Because those two fucking ingredients are terrifying.
Nope. It's okay. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I barely remember anything currently. But we made it this past year. Or the year before. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We've made it a couple times, and when Nick was like, because she hates green bean casserole. But she's like, I'm going to make this and we're going to give it a shot. And I was like, if you make it, I'll eat it. That has been, if there's one lesson I took away from my old man, there's plenty of lessons I took away from the old man, but this one in particular, if someone cooks you something and they put it in front of you, you eat it.
I am on board with that 90%.
Yeah. Now I will say there's been a couple, and Nicole is a fantastic cook. Like,
absolutely.
There's been multiple people that are like, you should own a restaurant, and she's like, I don't want to be married to that restaurant. I like going on vacation. But
me too, but I love hanging out with Nicole and talking food, man.
Dude, she's knowledgeable.
Absolutely.
She knows the science of food. She understands recipes. She's amazing. But
when I come visit you guys now, I have to be like, I got to bring Nicole something she's never seen or had before. Maybe she can't get it in her neck of the woods that I can. I got to put something in front of her and see if I can trump her and say, oh, you know what this is?
Yeah. And you know me, if you're like, you show up with like some salt pork and a case of stag, I'll be like, hey, we got a weekend.
Yeah.
Not that I we've talked about this before. Not that I haven't gotten into to fine dining and I'm willing to try, but I'm just not very picky. But there was only twice, where Nicole made a dish and we all sat down and me and the kids start eating it. And Nicole takes a couple bites and we're all just quietly putting food in our face. And she just goes, "Please stop eating this." And we all looked up and she's like, "This is terrible. It's not good. You have to, please don't eat this. I'm embarrassed and angry because of how bad it is."
Aww.
And we're like, "No, and Glenn and I in
Did
particular."
she burn it, or was it a new recipe, or was it something she just didn't know how to
It's
cook? And she gave it a
just-
shot.
It was the same dish twice. Both times it just didn't work out.
Yeah,
And it's stuff that she's like, "I should be able to make this, but there's some disconnect for me." But yeah, just Glenn and I are like, no, it's good. And we're still trying to eat it. And she just reaches across, puts her hand on our eaten mitts, and just puts our hands down. She's like, no, this is bad. And Gideon just sat his fork down and went, "Oh, thank God." and so I ran over to I think that's when we still had a Smash Burger across the road. So I ran over to Smash Burger and just got a mess of burger and fries and brought it back home.
I'm the primary cook in the house, but has been some things that I've just absolutely fucking destroyed. I will say that my beautiful wife, who doesn't, I've always known this, she does not enjoy cooking. It is not her thing. I think it's one of those things where it's like I really enjoy doing it. It's like a hobby, but I need a break every once in a while. Like if you feel like you have to do it, it stops being fun. So like, we'll get pizza like or something like once a week. But she has pulled up. She's like, once a week I'm gonna make dinner, and she's doing it tonight, and she's been crushing it. She's like big fan of like the one sheet tray full of like meat and veg and potatoes. Throw that in there, crock pot stuff. Everything she's been making has really been good. Like it's definitely kicked up a notch in recent, especially in the last few months. One of the first attempts she did, though, was this white chicken chili, which sounds delightful.
Yeah.
But she didn't realize the difference between adding lime zest or putting an entire lime in the slow cooker and letting it go for 8 hours.
Oh, no.
It was a bit tart.
You think?
I'm not going to say that everything that I've ever cooked was great. I once made the most recent lasagna I made. I don't know why. It was soup. When I tried to take it out of there, there was no like cheese pull usual. I don't know what I had done, but it was like it was noodles in a bed of water, and I went, you know what? We don't have to do this. There's frozen pizza.
Yeah.
And the bitch of it was I made the noodles too, but it was just, oh God, it was god awful. But that chili, man, you took one bite like, ooh, that's a thing.
Like sucking on a persimmon.
It's savory. Persimmon. That was the name of the guy in the fucking red tracksuit. Now I remember.
There it is. I'm glad I could help. Yeah, I remember him.
Persimmon.
His hands were so strong.
Persimmon the Kool-Aid man.
Persimmon the Kool-Aid man.
Every time I have that goddamn memory, it just feels like there's hair in my teeth.
It just never goes away.
PTSD is real.
So last night after the concert, so my friend of the show and roast master and host of a roast extraordinary Robbie Crow.
Robbie!
He is running a new open mic at a coffee shop here in Springfield. And last night was the first night, and he had actually gotten a hold of me weeks ago and was like, "Hey, we kind of want some people that can just make sure that it's a good night. So just come. Can you?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And
Just come do like 5:10 or something.
Yeah. And then Willow had her concert, and I was like, "Dude, I will try to make it. But by the time we get done, we might not be able to be there because you guys are starting at 7." And he's like, "That's totally fair." He's like, "Absolutely." He goes, "This is an open mic. That's your daughter's concert."
Yeah.
But we are literally from the high school 8 minutes away. from where they're doing the open mic. So Nick's like, let's jump in the car. Let's go see if it's still going on. And so, oh, there it is.
Oh, it begins. Oh God, you poor bastard. It's just
I gotta stop
crush
doing,
up some fucking rollerblades and do a line for me, would you?
right?
I'm watching you
Oh.
verp into your soul.
Yeah, that one was bubbly. Anyway, so we run over.
God, you look like your dog just died. It was horrible.
I feel like if you mean by dog my soul, boy, that was a fucking struggle to get that the fuck out.
And it wasn't worth it. But let's
It
go
wasn't.
back.
No.
Did you make it to the open mic? Here, I'll say.
So yeah, we get to the open mic, and where everything's set up. The owner of the coffee shop is actually doing some time. It's his first time. He always wanted to try it.
Oh, sure.
So Nick and I, we don't want to just burst in while he's doing a set. So we are standing outside, just kind of trying to listen through the glass, trying to be polite. Everyone that knows us sees us through the glass, right? Except Robbie. So, dude bro gets done with his set. Robbie jumps up and goes, "All right, everybody, thanks for coming." And then we are walking in, and he turns and he goes, "Mother, you're not going to show up at the last." And I was like, dude,
Oh, he was literally announcing the end of the show.
he was announcing the end of the show. And honestly, we just wanted to go support. I was going to tell him, you don't need to put me up if that was the end of the show, or if this is.
It could have been over. Like, don't ruin the flow. I get you.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, and he looks at me, and I was like, I don't have to go up. I just came to support. And he's like, no, you're here. And he's like, all right, do you want one more comic? And everyone was like, yay. And so I went up and did some I was not prepared. I did some stuff that I have been working on, and it was fun. And then we came back to the house, and a couple buddies that we haven't seen for a while, comic buddies, came over, and we hung out for a while. It was a minute, but to the point that I went and put my glasses on, and I was like, this is not an indication that you have to leave. This is an indication that I just can't keep my eyes open. Spectacles.
You wear glasses?
Heifer.
I'm kidding.
Ever. Oh,
I'm
you
kidding.
suck. You suck ass.
You almost never wear them in public, though. Like you.
I rarely do,
Yeah.
because I always have my contacts in. I just like my contacts.
The ones that have the fake blue on them, so that you can talk about your fake blues constantly.
Yeah. That's all colors. Yeah.
Took one out of Marilyn Manson's book, but these are blue.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I've ever seen you wear your glasses in public. I know way too much about you.
Do you know what our anniversary is this August? How many years?
Let's see, we'll be 43, so 25.
It's our 25th anniversary.
It fucking is. Oh my god.
And I say that with all sincerity, because we are our longest relationships.
Do parents count? I mean, actually, you've just surpassed my old man. For me, that was 24.
Well, I just got to make it to August.
Yeah.
We were.
It's my mom, then my brother, then you.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I could not be happier. But yeah, it's 25 years that we have been friends. So yeah, you've seen. So my buddy Hayden was one of the guys that came by last night, because again, hadn't seen him in forever. And so he's vaccinated, we're vaccinated. We're like, fucking hey, let's hang out.
Yeah.
And so we got in. I think the part of the problem is we got into the whiskey, and then we got into some craft beer, and then we got back into the whiskey. It's just a tour of bad decisions. But he was talking about seeing another friend of ours. He's like, I accidentally saw his dick, and I was like, I've seen all of my friends' dicks. Why is this a big deal? And Nicole wanted me to ask you if you remember when I knuckled your dick.
Yes, yes. I'm trying to think if I've ever actually seen your. I remember Goodies in Hand, which is where you saw everything but your dick.
Yeah.
Goodies in Hand was the game for the listeners, a game in college where Larry would just like go off behind a potted plant or conceivably into a bathroom that had no shower, and would just come out totally naked, holding his dick, his balls in his hands, and then we all got to deal with it. Which sometimes he did on my behest, and sometimes he did because he was bored, and every time it was worth the effort. Yeah, knuckling the pee-pee, that was not great. I mean, I still have weird internal. It's like I feel the same way that you feel after eating nothing but slightly underdone pork and PBR for 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
You can hear your guts bubble.
Well, and the way I said it, I just was said it in passing because he was like, I saw it. And, Hayden's a younger dude, but I was like, I've seen all my friends' dicks. And
Where are we going with this, pal?
In his 20s. I'm just saying, he hasn't had as much experience.
The story. Have you seen Hayden's dick now? Is that what we're saying?
No.
He felt he needed to show you so that he could officially be called your friend?
No, but
I'm not Smith's friend until he can draw my cock from memory.
I can do that for everybody. Anyway, but I just said it like,
You are a very good artist.
as a matter of fact thing and just moved on. And Nicole was like, hold the fuck up. What did you just fucking say? And I was like, one, you should be aware of this by now. I'm pretty sure we've all seen each other's. I know Jeff has seen mine, but Jeff and I lived in the apartment together. And I was just like, it wasn't like we stood around and we're like, all right, boys, let's see what it was just.
All right, everybody, it's June 20th. You know what that is? Show your dick to your buddy day. Yes, absolutely. We just made it a holiday. So all we have to do is just show your dick to your buddy, and then what happens? I don't know. You go have pancakes. It doesn't matter.
Who likes flapjacks?
I definitely saw Jeff's cock when he was drunk out of his brain and we were stuck in traffic and he had to take a leak. So he found a Snapple bottle on the floor of my car. We were on the highway, stop and go traffic, moving maybe 5 miles an hour. He's drunk out of his mind. I picked him up from a place to go to another place. I was sober. He's like, you got to pull over. Like, I can't. I'm in like the second to the left lane. I am boxed in. There is no pulled over. So he finds a Snapple bottle. Happily enough, I was driving a convertible at the time. So I definitely waited until he whipped his cock out and started to piss into it and onto my carpet before I just opened that bitch up and pointed up to the gentleman who was driving the big rig and gave him a honk. I almost regret that. But if he was too drunk to feel self-conscious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I do love a Jeff that is too drunk to feel self-conscious.
I hope I didn't really hurt his feelings, but it was really fun. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, we've all seen each other's cock. This can't be the subject of today's show.
No. Okay, so today's.
Yeah, we gotta be. We're there. I think it's time.
Yeah, it is time. Although I do want to discuss.
Oh God.
I want to discuss the segment that I brought up to you, and we never got around to it. And I don't know if we'll do it today, but I want to do a segment called What Would You Do and Why Are You Wrong?
Okay, so yes, thank you for bringing that up because I need you to explain it because you sent that to me a couple of weeks ago when I was hanging out with my buddy Victor.
Yeah.
And I remember reading it 3 times, but I was too far into the cups to understand what the hell you were talking about. And that's on me. That is not on you.
So it would be whoever's topic it is that week would after we chat about bullshit and giggle about it, we then before the transition to here's the topic, whoever's topic it is would go, okay, here's a question. For instance, as Nicole, this is Nicole's. If you had the opportunity to have sex with Chasey Lane, the porn star, what positions would you choose and why? And then we would wait for the answer and then come back with, and why are you wrong?
I hate that makes a lot of sense to me. So the idea being, that we just
ask each other asinine questions and then make that, because the alternative is for the other person, for you to answer the question, and then for instance you would be like, and here's and this is why I would start with reverse cowgirl, and then I would come back with, and here's why you're wrong. But I don't think that's funny. I think making you tell me why you're wrong that's better.
And unfortunately, it's going to be easier than it should be for a lot of people. I really, this is what I would do, and I can tell you why I was wrong at the same time. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. So your idea is that's a segment in between the bullshit where people are like, just get to it, and we actually get to it, but it has nothing really to do with the topic.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have an idea of I want Willow's piano and voice teacher to do the segment music for us. And it would just be a quick little thing. And I think it'd be fun.
We should try that next week.
Yes.
Or right now. What?
No, I have multiple things I want to get to.
Okay.
I have multiples. So here's what we're doing. Today's topic.
What minute mark are we at, by the way? Are we at like 40?
Yeah.
We're deep into this one before we actually did anything interesting. Okay.
All right. So I don't know. I think we're interesting.
Oh no.
We talked about it. We talked about seeing each other's cocks, me knuckling your unit. I love the
lot about your daughter.
Yeah. Except I didn't describe what she looked like, but there's been multiple times where I've had to look at her and be like, use your head. You are very stealable. You know that, right? You are I might as well put a fucking suitcase handle on your back so some psycho can just run up behind you and run off. Don't do this shit. You're too young to carry a weapon.
Don't groom your beard in the mirror, in the goddamn camera.
This is just a fucking habit now because it's there. I don't mean to, and I don't even realize it.
Oh yeah.
I
do this at work during the Zooms. I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to, but it's the only thing I'm actually putting any effort into.
Okay, so I have multiple things. It's all, I guess we're just going to go with craziness. We're going to start with the craziness and also the beautiful fuckery of this Japanese town. But then we're gonna circle back around and we're gonna talk about some fantastic Florida happenings.
I'm going to Florida next week.
Oh, then you could meet some of these people. But first, I want to point out, and this is all I pulled this all from HuffPost. This is all from Huffington Post, so I'm citing my source.
Mm-hmm.
Japanese town decides giant squid statue is best use of COVID-19 relief funds.
Took me a second to get from A to B on that. Okay.
Noto, Japan, known for its squid fishing. So the town leaders decided a huge statue of a cephalopod could cook up interest from tourists.
So wait a minute, this is like COVID release. So this is like money from the Japanese government?
Yes.
That went to this town, and the mayor went, you know what, we need a fucking statue.
We need a statue of a giant squid. and everyone went, fuck it. Yeah. Yeah, the mayor still carries a sword. We aren't going to argue with him.
Is that true?
I have no idea. I made that shit up.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, they
all right, hold on. We have one check. We got it all the way to 45 minutes with one until we got our first mildly racist thing. Very good.
Squid Station is what they call it. 13 feet high.
Okay.
29 feet long. Would you care to guess how much it costs? In
all of the money that the Japanese government gave to the town?
I think.
In American dollars, what's it made out of? Do you know?
Is
it like a concrete statue? It's not marble.
No, I think it's a concrete and paint.
Concrete and paint of a big old squid.
It does not give that information.
Did Banksy do it?
No,
Okay.
because it's not pretentious.
Okay, so it's going to be much less. I don't. You know what? You might find this weird. I haven't priced gigantic concrete squid in quite some time.
And you will not find this shocking. I price giant concrete statues all the time.
Of squid?
Specifically of Bigfoot.
Obviously.
Because there is a place here in town that does giant concrete statues. And I have multiple times thought I want to put like several and varying sizes. If
you need to waste your money, send it to me. I promise you I will waste it in a better fucking manner than you. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm going to say that it costs 20 grand.
$200,000.
That's conversion to American bucks?
That's American dollars.
$200,000 worth of fucking concrete?
Some locals think the funds should have been used for actual coronavirus relief.
Entirely possible. Are there people in what was the name of the town again? Excuse me. Start with an N.
Noto, Japan.
Noto. Are there people in Noto with I don't know, coughs? Do they
probably?
Yeah. Are they wheezing?
I'm assuming there's a level of wheeze.
Are the school children gardening by Zoom? Like maybe we could do a little bit more. But no, we spent. They got $200K from the government. They put a big fuck you to the government. No, we're going with big calamari statue. That's what we're doing.
Hey, you know them cephalopods.
Mm-hmm.
You know how sometimes
the big ones at the bottom of the ocean. The kraken is what we're doing.
You know, we're gonna put a statue of a kraken, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what we could use that money for is relief for small businesses, and fishermen, and boat guides, who are hurt because tourism is down. Now, we're gonna do a statue. I'm assuming that the first thing they did was like a big statue of a dick. That's what we're gonna do. And then somebody was like, "You can't." Well, we've already started the dick. Well, put tentacles on it. It's a squid now.
That's not. That's not true. In Japan, they have I've seen it. They have a dick festival where it's a big parade where they just everybody makes their own giant dicks and they go up and down the streets with it and they go, hey, look at that big old dick. And then I don't know, there's like, I'm guessing candy, but regardless, good for them.
So let's go to Florida, Zig.
So we're gonna start. Okay, sure.
Because I found that one. Actually, Nicole found the squid one.
Was it a quick 1-2 click from Noto, Japan to Florida?
When I saw that, I was like, that's a level of Floridian go fuck yourself that most other places don't have. Hey, we're gonna give you money. Cool. We're gonna make a giant statue of a squid. What the fuck? Your people are hungry. Yeah, but big squid.
A big squid. You want to come see the big squid?
Fucking squid.
It's 47 cents a piece. That's we're gonna get our money back here in a while, but we are.
But we're gonna, the rest of this time is gonna be spent discussing, and I say the rest of this time, it's our show. We can do whatever we want. Sure. We got plenty of space on Libsyn. We can post 4-hour episodes if we want. We probably shouldn't.
Probably shouldn't.
Florida driver busts through gates, leaps over drawbridge as it opens.
Busts through the gates of the drawbridge, I'm guessing, and decides to play Vin Diesel the home game.
Yeah, man. Gun
it in his, I'm going to say, 78 Dodge Dart, and then go straight over the thing as it's opening? How'd he do?
He made it.
Hey, bucket list.
Caught by multiple traffic cameras, smashed through the traffic arm of a Florida drawbridge, then made the dangerous leap as the bridge opened. The vehicle was briefly airborne on Daytona Beach's Main Street Bridge, which
Daytona
crossed.
Beach.
Oh yeah,
Yes, of
yeah.
course
There's a
it's Daytona.
video. So,
Mhm.
listeners, you can go watch the video at it's Huffington Post. Florida driver busts through gates. Just do that, and you'll find it.
There might be more than one, to be honest.
Let's see.
Hold on. Do you
There
have
was
his
a
name? Because I
great-
want to guess.
I don't have a name.
Okay, excellent. Then it's Daryl.
Oh yeah, definitely a Daryl Dale Walker, the third.
His friends call him Dwayne.
Yes.
One more D words in there. Yeah, there we go.
God, where was the?
Daryl Dale Walker. What's his nickname? Kevin. For reasons unimaginable.
Let's see. The traffic arms had to be replaced. The police believe they have identified the driver. The gate also appeared to damage the vehicle's windshield, but it's not known if the driver was injured. Just last month, this same drawbridge saw a motorcyclist make the same leap.
Okay, so those two cats know each other. There's no way in hell that he's just like, or the guy said, if he could do it on his Honda, I could do it in my Chevy Nova.
Yeah. Where is the line? Damn it.
Did they catch the guy? Did they arrest him?
They believe they've identified him, but they have not.
I believe I've identified him. I'm pretty sure. Was it you, Dale? No. Dale, was it you? No. No, it was not. Dale, I believe I've identified you. No.
What somebody had said, God, where is it? That you can't shove years of pop culture of guys doing this in movies down our throats and not expect somebody to do it, and when they succeed, you can't arrest the hero. You just can't do it.
I have to give it to you. Yeah, I have to give it to him. If you are willing to pull off something that stupid, risking your own life, like most
Because they don't even tell you what kind of car.
Well, if he was only airborne for a second, I'm guessing it wasn't a Nissan Leaf. But outside of that, I got no idea. I guess it was on a catalytic converter.
Oh my God. Okay, so I just watched the video.
Ooh.
It looks like a fucking Subaru wagon.
Nice.
This is a dad that's all done with this bullshit, is what it boils down to.
It's the same guy from my Florida Man episode that was just assaulting a manatee. This is the kind of guy who's like, I'm not messing with it. I'm going to ride it. Just sometimes you got to do dumb shit because it's fun. And you know what? Your day in court is worth the story.
Absolutely. Because when they're all right, can you please state what you're here for? Yeah, Your Honor, I got sick and tired of waiting, and I busted through that arm, and I just jumped the bridge. You know why? Because I got a phone call from my daughter. I told her she was going to get taken, and then when the guy picked up the phone, I explained to him what my very specific, sir, that is the plot of Taken with Liam Neeson. That is not what happened to you. Well, okay. So what it was.
My rebuttal. Story 2. I am coozed up on meth and alligator meat, and I got a lead foot and a real bad idea syndrome.
Oh, if that's all, then case dismissed, sir. Thank you for coming to Florida court.
I believe I left a tooth in your coffee mug.
And please gather your free gun on the way out the door.
I'm just picturing him being in the cops, having interrogated, having coffee, and just like teeth falling out. Like, excuse me, but you may have that as a souvenir.
Pick up your complimentary bag of bath salts on the way out of the courtroom.
Oh, God. Anybody with the story, remember that time I tried to eat your face and there's a giggle? You know what I mean? Like, he should have a driver. This guy didn't have a driver's license. He's got a Subaru wagon. He's got a dream. He was wearing his good pair of cutoff shorts. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was, oh God.
Yeah. Homeboy was wearing his Old Navy flip-flops and good jorts. He was late for a date. He had borrowed his one friend's good car. That, the one friend that graduated high school is an assistant manager at Best Buy.
Did it look like a recent model Subaru, like at least like last decade?
Yeah, decade. Yeah, I'd give it a decade. Yeah.
That's the kind of guy where if you ask him what he does for a living, his answer is stuff. And that's all you get out of him.
Who's asking? I just was curious. You're really going to be pissed off about this one.
What do you get?
It's also a canned cocktail. It's a canned cocktail.
What are you doing? It's another canned Mai Tai. The first one came out of a bottle, which at least that was cool. The bottle was cool anyway.
But this one's 12.5%.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can't fix you.
I don't want to feel my feelings. All right, Florida woman. Florida woman survives being hit by flying turtle.
My first initial reaction is good for her. Who made it fly, and why was she the target, and a bunch of other questions, but let's start there.
So many questions. I want to give you the quote from this woman's daughter who was in the car with her. Okay,
do you know the general age of the woman and or the daughter?
Oh yes, I will give that to you in a moment.
Very good, thank you.
But
I want the perfect mental picture here.
I swear to God, this lady has the worst luck of anything.
This is the daughter?
That's what the daughter said on to 911. Daytona Beach, Florida.
God, again, Daytona.
A 71-year-old woman riding with her daughter on Florida's Interstate 95 suffered a gashed forehead Wednesday. It shouldn't be funny. When a turtle smashed through the windshield of their car.
Oh my God!
Striking her. What? First,
are we talking terrarium turtle, sea turtle, snapping turtle, ninja turtle? What manner of turtle broke through the windshield of their VW Rabbit while they're just cruising down the highway? I guess it doesn't really matter. She survived.
She did.
These are the kind of people that are always wearing tube tops but have one tit out on accident.
The daughter pulled over and got help from another motorist. According to a 911 recording, both were surprised by what they found.
Neither one of them said, "That's what you get."
The other motorist is a male. I'd like to capture his quote.
Is this the person who's pulled over to help them?
Yes.
Pull the fucking turtle out of their windshield and help grandma to the hospital?
You just apparently there is a turtle in there. The man can be overheard saying on the phone with 911, the daughter is a turtle, an actual turtle.
Do we know how it was flying? Do we know where it came from?
So the old lady's fine, by the way.
I really wish I cared.
No one knows exactly how it happened. Here is the theory, is that the turtle was trying to cross the interstate. Another car somehow hit it and flipped it.
Very good. Clipped it.
It flew up and they drove into it, going through the windshield.
So it's the living version of the 1990s craze Pog, but with a turtle conceivably, I'm going to guess, a Ranchero. Not even an El Camino, Ford's version, the Ranchero.
Yeah, the miniature version.
Kicked it up, skittered. I'm guessing the turtle, she didn't make it, and went right into the lady through the windshield into her face. She then realized she had a tit out. She covered that up. Another motorist pulled over.
It was the turtle that knocked
right.
the tit out. That's what happened. Just, oh, my titty.
It's always something.
The turtle had the best of luck of anyone.
No.
It just had a few scratches on its shell and was released back into the nearby woods.
The turtle had the wherewithal to pull into the shell, and it had a good enough diet that the shell took all the brunt. That's a fucking turtle.
Well, it's a Florida turtle, so it's just been eating nothing but meth and bath salts and beef jerky. That thing is tough.
You know, the shit on the side of the highway in Daytona.
Yeah.
Is there a drug problem in Daytona? No, it's all just in the ditch. You can go get it wherever you want. Sorry, Daytona, but we read the news.
That turtle had some of the nicest fake tits I've ever seen. that turtle is just.
No.
What I honestly though, just to release it back into the woods, you would think that the cops would want it for questioning.
Or at least take a swab. Like, you gotta do something with this thing.
Sir, we need to ask you a few questions. Oh, well, I guess he's lawyering up. He's not sticking his head out, I guess.
If I was the cop, I'd and especially a Florida cop, I'd keep it and name it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What would you name the turtle?
I don't like this because his name would probably change because my dog's name changes all the time. My first one is Dynamo. I'm not a huge fan of that, but that's my knee-jerk reaction. So we're going to start with Dynamo, and then second would probably be it's either that or like Seth, because that's, I don't know why, it's just a little ironic to me. He's a flying turtle that went through a windshield, damn near killed a 71-year-old woman with her tits out, and you're like, what's his name? Seth. What? Yeah, it used to be Dynamo. Obviously. Why'd you change it to Seth? To make you make that fucking face right there, pal. This is the way my brain works.
I'd name him Flip Wilson.
Absolutely.
I said that with the most innocent of. I'd name him Flip Wilson.
I'd name him Flip Wilson. I'd name him Rerun.
Oh shit. Where's the rest of this? Oh, okay. All right. We got two more.
Okay, let's power through. I don't think our episodes keep getting longer and longer, but that's fine. Hey, Don't forget to check us out if you're still there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd love it if you did.
Yeah, subscribe, like,
you can see our
leave some
stupid faces
comments
while we do this.
Mm-hmm.
It adds a little bit of flavor to the stupid.
Or, whatever platform you're listening on, make sure you're subscribed and you hit a 5-star review and leave us a review, because that actually does help us out a great deal to bring you more quality content like today.
Sure.
Whole old Homo sapien, the circus monkey here is.
You're gonna want to see this episode if for no other reason that it's the only time my eyes are brighter and wider than Larry's.
Yes,
literally the only time.
Yep. Florida woman, 28, posed as a student to get Instagram followers. And she's a rough 28, Zig.
How rough.
She's a rough 28.
Paint a picture for the people who only listen on the podcast.
So
use a brush. Use all the colors of the rainbow, pal.
All the colors of the wind. Imagine. Okay, you live in a small town. Imagine you live in you grew up in a small town, but listeners,
Sure
imagine you live in a small town.
Maybe
imagine that all of the good-looking, you stay home. You don't go anywhere. You just stay back to work. You work at your uncle's garage. You're good at fixing cars. I'm doing this from the male perspective. I don't, because I won't even deign to try and say I understand the female. This is for us just from the dude's perspective. But I think,
I respect that.
Yes. But I do think women can relate. So you stay back at home. You're going to do a little community college, maybe in the evenings, try to better yourself. You don't know what you want to do, but you're good at fixing cars, maybe doing oil changes. So you're working for your uncle. But all of the really good looking women that you went to high school with have all gone on to college, or they've moved away, they've done other things, and you're left
Oh no.
with good enough. She's your age.
Trying to decide if this is offensive. Let's just say no.
She's your age. Let's say you're 18 going on 19. Let's say she's 19. She's 19ish. She probably had some trouble in kindergarten. It's no big deal. Sometimes people do need to do kindergarten twice. There's no shame in that. Her reading skills obviously aren't very good, but she was cute. She was cute all through school, but now you've been stuck in this town. You notice her at the bar, on Friday night, there's a band, everybody's having fun. You've noticed her for about 4 or 5 years. And in that 4 or 5 years, she smokes like a Vietnam veteran and does more drugs than Keith Richards. And so by the time you realize that your dreams are not coming true and you're just going to end up taking over your uncle's garage, which is fine. It's a good enough life. You're going to be happy and you'll be able to buy a little patch of land with a double wide on it. You realize that everyone that was worth marrying has either gotten married or moved away. And so what you're left with is a 28-year-old that looks rougher than this 42-year-old. But you have the memory of when she was cute. And so she's good enough.
Well, sir, you gave me what I asked for in spades. We got to write that down and turn it into a fucking Hank Williams Jr. song, or I don't know, like just
get Jason Isbell on the phone.
The forward to a novel that I don't know where it goes after that. So what you're saying is, so this woman, thank you for that, by the way, because that was exactly what I was asking for, and even much better than I could have ever hoped.
Oh, thank you.
So this woman posed as a what now to get Instagram? What?
She posed as a high school student to get Instagram followers.
How would you rate her success?
Poor.
Oh.
Yeah, she went into a Florida school. Now, granted, it's a Florida school, so I can only imagine that there's other 28-year-olds wandering the halls that are just like, I'm gonna get through this senior year this time.
I really wish that wasn't true. Anyway,
look, there was a dude who.
Thanks, Columbus, Ohio, for not being Florida.
Thank you, Columbus, Ohio. They have officially just surpassed Chicago as. Lord. I love it. Anyway, so she went into this school to try to because she wants to be Instagram famous. So she went in with flyers because that's what cool kids do.
Mm-hmm.
They hand out flyers. So she went in handing out flyers. She was disguised as a high school student. Mm-hmm. She was, quote,
God, this is so sad.
She was carrying a skateboard, a painting, I don't know of what, and she dressed similar to students to try and blend in. She also had a backpack. So essentially, she saw the scene from 30 Rock with Steve Buscemi, who walks up and goes, "How do you do, fellow kids?"
Hello, fellow kids. What he's okay. Gotcha.
Let's see. A prosecutor said during her court appearance on Tuesday, the suspect nodded her head repeatedly while the allegations were read out. Because she was arrested. Sorry, she was arrested.
Yeah, what exactly did she do illegal?
Charges of burglary, interfering at an educational institution, and resisting an officer without violence in connection with the incident.
What did she steal?
I don't know yet.
The hearts and minds of America's youth?
Yes. But when as they were giving out this is what she did, apparently she was nodding vehemently, and the public defender looked at her and said, "Ma'am, stop doing that."
I mean, I need more people like that in my existence. I need to know stories like this because It's the only thing that keeps me going. It's just the rampant stupidity of the fact that Darwinism doesn't really apply to us anymore.
So she went up to the school, security stopped her, and she was like, "Oh, I'm looking for the registrar's office." And they were like, "All right, it's right this way." She skipped the registrar's office, went to a classroom, and handed out flyers with her Instagram handle on it.
Pardon my skateboard and painting. And her Instagram handle was, I'm guessing, is the next part of the story.
It does not. I don't have
Oh,
it. It does not give it.
Blue balled me so hard, you beautiful bastard.
You know what? If I can find it, I will definitely let everyone know. She
let's get her and Yuri on an episode and just interview the shit out of them.
Holy shit. Security tried to confront the woman, but she walked away and refused to stop for them. One student told WSVN, the local news, that the woman was creepy and wore a devil mask. Okay. That one's sad. That one's so sad. All right.
I should wear red because look at this fucking purple all over my cheeks. Jesus Christ.
This one, because we're dog people, buddy, this is the one I wanted to end on.
Very good.
Because we love our pups. We've had pups our entire lives. We love our doggies.
Mm-hmm.
But I also love a Florida man. This is the fucking hero we need. I will tell you, this motherfucker's got a dog, an 8-month-old Labrador, little chocolate lab, cute as he can be, super friendly. His name's Jake, because of course it is. I've known many a good dog of varying Labrador.
Yeah.
It's always a lab. It's always some type of lab, whether a yellow lab, black lab, chocolate lab. But there's always a Jake, and Jake is he's a good boy. It's like that old country song, "You feed Jake and he'll make you cry every time." Oh yeah. If I die before I wake, feed Jake. This guy's not worried about himself. He's worried about his dog. Jake is Jake's a good dog, but this poor dog, it's Mike McCoy is the is dad's name. So because I can't tell you right now, I'm not gonna say that's the owner, because I watched this interview. Mike treats Jake like he would a son. You know, like Jake is super friendly, loves a stranger, not a mean bone, but when he gets rambunctious, Mike was like, "Hey, that's enough," and Jake was like, "Oh, sorry," and just sat down. But when Jake comes out the door in this news story, you can see he's got the cone of shame on Zig. He's got patches of fur missing, and Mike comes out.
Oh, what did Jake fight?
Mike comes out and his hands are all bandaged up too. So,
there's another good one from you.
Yeah.
God, I smell that from here, and I'm hours away.
That's the thing. I've only had sushi and booze today.
That's how that works. That'll happen.
Yeah, and I'm not complaining.
That's weird.
Jake, just outside of the apartment complex that Jake and Mike live in, Jake went for a swim, as Jake likes to do, because he's a lab. And they've got a little pond out back. It's not connected to I mean, obviously the ponds are connected to creeks, and that's how things get filled. But Jake went for a swim, and Mike always watches over him, because Jake's a little pup. He's 8-month-old pup. 8-month-old Labrador is still a big fucking dog. But a gator got a hold of Jake. Now, what I love is the third party in this story is a school nurse who lives upstairs from Mike. Mike is sitting at, because they got these little, it's apartment living. You understand? They got the little patio. He's on the ground floor. They got their balconies. So apparently Mike sees Jake out there and then sees this gator head coming towards Jake. He's trying to get Jake back from the water. Jake's a puppy. Jake's not paying attention. And Mike starts running out towards the pond. The school nurse who lives above them is watching this. She said she sees the gator rear back and then snatch Jake. Mike jumps in the pond. And I'm going to send this to, I did not want to ruin it because I wanted to describe this to you, but I'm going to send this story to you. Mike seems real. Like, Mike seems like one of those guys that when he goes to the bar, people are like, "Hey, it's Mike," and Mike goes, "Hey, what the fuck is fucking happening?" You know, just like a super. He's like seems like one of those popular guys. Seems like a cool cat, but in front of the camera, he was very nervous, and it's kind of cute. It was kind of a cute old man thing because it's obvious that he's an older gentleman, but Mike runs into the pond, yells at the gator. The gator has a hold of Jake. So Mike takes his thumb and shoves it into the gator's eye.
That'll do.
The gator, of course, let go. Now, I've seen videos where a guy saved a small dog from looked like a caiman, you know, a little caiman.
Yeah. How big was the alligator?
9 feet long.
Okay.
Not as big as it could have been, but it's a 9-foot long gator.
But plenty big to sell if you caught it legally.
Yeah. And so what Mike did when he shoved his thumb into its eye and it let go of Jake, he wanted to make sure that Jake got back to shore. So Mike picked it up over his head out of the water.
What?
Mike held the gator over his head out of the water because he's like, because apparently what had happened, the gator grabbed Jake and started doing the death roll. And Mike saw that and was like, no. So he ran up and stopped the death roll, gouged him in the eye. The gator went, ah! Jake swims away. Mike goes, not on my watch, motherfucker, and does a fucking shoulder press with this 9-foot gator over his head. The gator, with now one eye and a bleeding dog going this way, looks down at the dude, this interloper that interrupted dinner, and goes, well, fuck you, I'll bite you now. And Mike's like, yeah, he bit me. I just want to make sure Jake got to shore. And then I guess when the gator's biting him, he just went yeet and fucking tossed this thing so he could get out of the water. The gator decided not to chase Mike. The nurse has run down with first aid and bandages Mike and Jake up. And she's like, you need to go to the hospital. And he goes, I need to go to the vet. I'll be fine. And takes Jake to get patched up, and then goes and is like, yeah, I guess I need some stitches.
So Mike is your new spirit animal.
I want to be Mike. That guy.
You were wrong. I am a dog person, but I'm not gonna lie. A 9-foot gator gets my dog. I'm thinking time to go to pause. Like, it's time to go to anti-cruelty. That one is used. The good news is I don't have to invest in bowls anymore, or beds, or clothes, you know, as long as I get one roughly the same size. But that gator is just like, oh, yeah, that is a story. I am
because that's the thing, no one would be like, what happened? Well, a 9-foot gator popped out of the water and took my Chihuahua mix in one bite, and they'd go, fuck yeah, That's
My dog,
the
my
only
dog is so
reason
small, a fucking hawk could take it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could take that thing and just lift it off and go. I'm like, oh, well, I still have half a bag of food. I guess double up. Gonna have to think of a new name. Oh, yeesh. Oh,
Seth.
God.
I'm gonna
Seth.
adopt a turtle.
Too bad I'm not single. That story would have gotten me sympathy, pussy. Because if that really happened, you're going to be able to describe it in a way that everybody will fucking believe.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hard lie to pull up. That's fucking wild, though. He jumped in.
Yeah, jumps in the fucking water. Decides. I'm sure, like the way he described it, dude seems humble. I'm sure he jumped in, took his giant dick and balls out, slapped the gator 3 or 4 times, and then shoved his thumb in his eye.
All of your friends and one alligator will have seen your penis at some point. One aggressive alligator. And how's Jake doing? He's got a couple of scars. He does not swim anymore.
Jake is a non-swimming Labrador.
What he has done, his new hobby, is staying inside and shitting in the corner and whining constantly for real reasons.
That's the thing, though. When the news crew, they have a video when the news crew showed up, Jake just ran outside and he's like, hey, new friends. It's like, Jake, buddy, you are living up to that Labrador dumbassery. God damn.
Jesus Christ. All right.
What I love, though, is while they're doing the interview, they ask Mike a question and then Jake decides to starts going, and Mike goes, hey, talking. And then and Jake was like, oh, sorry, Dad. You know, it's adorable. It's adorable. I just don't know how Mike doesn't have a hernia from dragging those giant fucking nuts behind him all day long.
Maybe he does. It just doesn't bother him.
Probably because there's plenty of room in his enormous nutsack. Because
Jesus
that guy,
Christ.
that dude, I mean, man. I don't know. I'd probably coach Zoe from the shore. Get him.
Zoe being your dog, not daughter.
Yes.
For those unfortunate.
Or either one, actually. Again, I just if that little chick is mad enough, she will just tear you up. It'll look like a wood chipper just rolled over you. Hey, buddy, what did we learn today?
You and I together?
Sure.
We remembered the shape and color of each other's units and our friend Jeff's. We learned that Florida hasn't changed much, and God love it. God love it for it. And I'm going to let you do the third one because I'm struggling.
Turtles are amazing projectile weapons.
And decent staying power.
Apparently, that woman was traveling Rainbow Road in Florida.
If you want a pet that can win no races but can take a fucking hit, Wild Floridian Turtles.
That's our new sponsor. Wild Floridian
Turtles, everyone.
You
get yours today. They're in the air. Get a net. They're free.
Hey, guess what?
What's that?
I love you.
I love you back. Why the hell not?
I could give you some reasons.
Cute dick, by the way.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Parts about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfuck.